Hi guys, assalamu alaikum and welcome back. My name is Shaman Hussain and today I thought I would share my top 9 tips for Ramadan under lockdown. I actually wrote an article for Muslim Girl which I will leave linked down below if you prefer reading. But yeah, I'm just going to go through all the points that I made in this and I'm just going to talk a little bit about it and why I think you should maybe try implementing some of these into your Ramadan routine. Obviously everyone is different, so you might not actually need to do these things or it might not work for you. Okay, so of course we are under lockdown at the moment. A lot of places are, and so you have to be careful about going out. You know, it's to protect yourself, protect your family. Obviously no one expected this to happen. It was so unexpected, but as you know, Allah is the best of planners, so this is definitely something that was meant to happen. And you know, alhamdulillah, we've made it to see another Ramadan, so we should be very blessed and lucky that we have. So yeah, I'm gonna share my tips now for you guys. So firstly, and I feel like it's very obvious but not so obvious at the same time, it's to make dua for the ummah. Of course, we are in times of struggles and difficulties, and you know, a lot of family members are being lost to COVID-19. The next tip I have is to set some realistic goals to do during Ramadan. So it could be learning like a new surah, or you know, reading the Quran in the month. That's what I'm doing actually, and alhamdulillah it's going really well. So I'm reading one juz every day, and inshallah I actually complete it by the end of Ramadan. So yeah, definitely give yourself some realistic goals. You know, you don't want to push yourself too hard and find it really hard and upsetting when you can't achieve those goals, so definitely keep that in mind. I also think this is the perfect opportunity to read Islamic books. It's time to kind of learn more about Islam, or kind of relearn about things you may know a little bit about, and just kind of educate yourself. So next tip is to remember why you're fasting, and I say this specifically because with lockdown happening, a lot of people are panic buying and overbuying what they don't really need, and in times like this we need to be fair and equal and make sure that other family members can get what they need, especially during Ramadan. You know, if you're buying too much of something and then another family is not being able to get that, then it doesn't seem fair. It's important to remember to not be wasteful. Of course, you know, during Ramadan we should try to limit how much we eat and make sure we don't waste a lot of the food that we're making. Next is very obvious, but I felt like it still needed to be said. It's to be charitable. Of course we are paying our zakah and that is necessary, but things like making sure to check up on your elderly neighbors to see if they're okay, if they have the food that they need, is a great way to gain more rewards during this month. And it seems so minor, but it makes a huge difference. For me, one of the best tips I could give you is to create a routine. It's so difficult being in lockdown that, you know, the time goes by so weirdly and you don't really understand what's happening around you. You barely know what day it is. So definitely create a routine that will work best for you. So like depending on, like, obviously after Fajr you go to sleep, what time would be realistic enough for you to wake up. Maybe once you wake up you can read a little bit of Quran, or you know, make some du'as, or you know, read a surah, something like that. Then give yourself another break, and then you know, read Zuhur. And so having that routine will help you feel more in control of the day as it goes by. And yeah, I think it's definitely key to try and maintain a routine. So the next tip I have for you guys is to make sure you speak to your family members. I know it seems weird to even say this, but obviously with everyone under lockdown, you know, it's good to kind of have a chat with your mum and dad, or your auntie, your cousins, your friends. Just give them a FaceTime call or just a normal call and just see how they're doing. Make sure they're okay during Ramadan. If they're in need of anything, you know, if they're especially elderly, so you can obviously ask and see if you can be of any help. And also remember, whilst you're in lockdown, to also spend time with the family that's in your house. It seems weird to say this, but like, you can get stuck in your own room for a really long time and you only see them at suhoor or to break fast, which seems weird, but you know, make sure you do go down, have a little chat with them, sit with them for a little bit and just make sure they're all okay as well whilst we're all fasting together. So the next tip I have is to make sure you're taking care of your mental and physical health. I think being under lockdown is going to take a toll on some people, and you need to make sure you are looking after yourself. You're being very realistic with what you can and can't do. So maybe you're making sure to eat a little healthier this Ramadan, or trying to get a little bit of exercise in. And also don't put too much pressure on yourself to achieve the goals that you've set for yourself, because that could affect you mentally. So that's why I say be realistic with your goals, because it will maybe hurt your mental health. Okay, so the last tip I have for you guys is to be mindful of your electric usage. However, there's a silver lining to this, because on your phone there are so many great Islamic apps that you can be using during this holy month, so definitely be sure to look at those. I'll leave a link to some of the ones that I've been using. So there's Muslim Pro, there's Quran Pro, I believe as well, another one. So I'll leave some down below, so hopefully they can be of use to you during this month. And maybe perhaps make a folder with products, and maybe perhaps make a folder with apps that you're not supposed to be using this month. Maybe it's a music app, maybe it's YouTube, maybe it's Netflix, whatever it may be. Put it in that little folder and maybe write don't use, so that you are stopping yourself from using these apps during this month. And finally, please enjoy this blessed month. I would recommend you try to make the most of it. Get as many good deeds as you can into your bank. Make sure you ask for forgiveness. And obviously, alhamdulillah, we are so blessed to be part of this Ramadan, so be grateful for that and make dua for the ummah. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below any tips you have that we can share to one another, and hopefully everyone can help each other out. And I hope you have a lovely day. Take care of yourself and your family, and inshallah I will see you guys next time. Bye.